Friend, if you've been around the channel for a while, you may have caught on that there is more to mindful living than just reflections and curiosity. We need to take a moment and take a pause to come out of our thoughts so that everything can come together in our bodies and we can move forward with right aligned action. If you do want to jump straight into the practice, I have a timestamp link in the description below that will take you right there. But before we get into everything, I want to offer a note of caution. I designed this practice to get you out of your head, out of your environment, and checking into your body. You may find it deeply relaxing as you step out of the whirlwind of thoughts, concerns, and scenario planning and tune into the sensations of your body. That being said, please make sure you are in a safe, supported space while you do this practice. I would recommend lying down or at least having some support behind you. And please do not try to do the practice and follow my instructions while you are driving. Okay, let's get into it. This month, we have been talking about metaphorically opening the windows of the house that is our minds, bodies, and experiences. We've opened windows to let in fresh air, ideas, and motivations, and to let the warmth of light and the summer sun to illuminate everything we have been carrying, and for clarity on the direction we are taking, so that we can move with intention. With that illumination, we have carefully chosen what is already within us, nurturing us, and what we want to feed with our attention and energy. And we have chosen what we are ready to let go. At the solstice, we connected with the sun to step into our power and find choice in what we have brought into our awareness. And we have reflected on the connections in our lives and the impact we have on our interactions and relationships with others. So today, we are going to take that powerful pause together in this guided meditation to integrate all of this into one aligned system for us to move forward through. Oh, we got to do our intro though, so our new friends know who we are and what we're about. Hello and welcome to Torches, Yoga and Mindfulness. I'm Lauren and I'll be your coach. If you're curious about mindfulness, healing, and practical habits that actually work, you're in the right place. Here we focus on simple but powerful practices grounded in ancient wisdom and modern science to care for both our mind and body. So go ahead, hit that like and subscribe so you don't miss what's next. Before we get into the guided practice, of course, I have with me today some of my favorite herbs, oils, and stones that I would use in my practice if you would like to incorporate them into yours. So for this practice, an integration of fresh ideas, motivation, and clarity, my first choice of stones is going to be our sunstone. She is associated with our solar plexus, which is where our personal power resides. And she is also associated with the fire element. So it's a perfect companion for confidence and the direction that we need to step through that second half of our year or any next phase of our lives. Next, I also have with us carnelian, also associated with the fire element to bring into our passions and creativity. It is said to bring about action-oriented energy, igniting our creativity and imaginations so we can see new possibilities and opportunities. And for both of these, during a practice like this, I would rest them on my upper abdomen, right on top of my solar plexus. All right, for this practice, I would also invite clear quartz, letting it sit on my crown or my forehead to help clear the mental clutter and gain focus and clarity for the next right step for myself. Of course, if you don't happen to have any of these stones in your collection, your trusty amethyst would still be a wonderful companion here to help you deepen your intuition, aid in mental clarity, and promote peace within ourselves. For herbs, I chose for this practice some that we've already been talking about this month. I have here lavender, we have some peppermint too, and lemongrass. So the peppermint is going to motivate us to take that aligned action and help us to move forward with a clear head. Lemongrass is also associated with that forward motion, removing obstacles from our path and opening communication. This one is a nervine, something I mention here a lot because nervines are the ones that directly interact with, support, and nourish our nervous systems. Nervines can also interact with medications, so it's always safest to check with your doctor first. And then, of course, we have lavender, also a nervine. It's going to help us find that calm and peace to slip into our practice. You could also burn the dried flower or use the oil in a diffuser to help clear the mind during your practice. And of course, if we want, we can also swap in lemongrass or any citrus or peppermint oils instead of the herbs. A couple other oils I would definitely invite would be frankincense, great for centering and getting rid of whatever could be weighing you down. And bergamot is another one of my favorites. It has a bright, uplifting aroma and is great for getting that inner critic in our heads to quiet down. All right, friend, if you need to take a moment to grab some items or brew a cup of tea, go ahead and hit the pause button and meet me back here in a comfortable seated or lying down position. All right, friend, as you settle into your comfortable position, if it is comfortable, I invite you to let your hands rest somewhere, palms facing up, to welcome in a deeper relaxation. If you are in a comfortable space to do so, I invite you now to close your eyes or let them fall out of focus, gazing onto your focal point like a stone, a comfort object, or a candle's flame. Let the to-do list, the worries slip away. This is the only place you need to be right now. Know that there is nothing to accomplish or a special state to achieve. We are just here to take a pause and listen inward. We are stepping out of the constant movement of life, taking a moment to integrate and return to ourselves. Let the mind unclench. Let my words guide you. Take a slow, deep breath in through the nose and an even longer exhale out through the mouth. Let the muscles of your face and neck relax. Again, breathing in openness, let the tongue drop from the roof of your mouth. And exhaling, letting the relaxation flow downward still, coming over your shoulders, relaxed, and chest, relaxed. Breathe in, allow the breath to arrive naturally, and exhale without needing to control it. Just notice how it feels moving along its journey in your body. And one last time in, noticing the feeling of the cool air on your nostrils. On this last deep exhale, let the wave of relaxation cascade over your hips, thighs, calves, and feet. Your body now heavy and supported. As you settle into this practice, imagine yourself standing inside of a house. Notice how this house shows up for you. Does it feel familiar? If you aren't able to conjure the image in your mind's eye, just welcome the feeling of being home, that home that fulfills the feeling of wanting to return to a place or a feeling that once was. This house represents your inner world. Maybe there are knickknacks and memories stacked around the rooms. This isn't clutter. It's proof of a life lived. It's your responsibilities, experiences, decisions, conversations, thoughts, worries, and plans. The accumulation of being human in this day and age. Standing in a room now, imagine yourself walking toward a window. Maybe it hasn't been opened in some time because life gets busy. Reach your hand outward towards the latch and gently open the window. As the window opens, the light floods in, and fresh air begins to move through the room. Notice what that feels like. The shift in temperature, the movement of air over your skin, a sense of spaciousness that appears when the stagnant air begins to circulate. Take a slow breath in. Feel the air moving through your body, through your chest, filling your lungs. Your ribs stretch open, creating space. This breath of fresh air feels so nourishing, you want to open another window. Now cross the room, feeling your feet meeting the floor with each step. You open another window, feel the breeze of the air, and open another and another, allowing the fresh air and light to fill every corner of this space. As you look around now, see the sunlight illuminating places that have been sitting in shadow. It brings new light to things around the home, allowing you to see their vibrancy again. We're not looking to expose or judge in the light of the sun, just simply recalling, noticing. Take another slow breath in and notice where your body responds to this image before your mind does. Right now, we are not looking for the story that comes to mind. We are noticing how our body holds it. If nothing stands out, I invite you to bring your attention to the sensations at the crown of your head and let it roll like a small marble down past your brow, jaw, neck, shoulders, chest, abdomen, hips, thighs, calves, and feet. Does any place feel heavier, lighter, more open, or softer? Let's invite small movements into our practice now. If you are in a position where it is comfortable and available, begin slowly circling your ankles. Notice the sensations this movement brings. Just small circles, a couple inward, gentle movement, a couple outward. No need to force anything. When it feels like a good stopping point, let your ankles rest again. Notice the sensations this stillness brings. Let the movement rise up your legs, finding its way to your thighs, pressing or tightly squeezing. Let the movement rise up your legs, finding its way to your thighs, pressing or tightening slightly. Hold for a breath, letting the sensation of the movement settle in. And on your exhale, release. Again, slowly engage, noticing where the tightening starts. Hold and release, letting everything relax more than before. Feel your thighs heavy, relaxed, still. Now slowly circle your wrists, together or separate, inward and outward, however feels right for you. The muscles awaken, the tendons flex. See the movement in your mind's eye. Experience the movement. When you're ready, let your hands come back to rest, again feeling what remains after. Let the movement arrive at your shoulders. Lift them to your ears or bring the shoulder blades together, opening the chest. Hold them tight for just a moment. Feel the effort, the muscles engaged and working together. Now, no need to change your breath. Just on your next exhale, release your shoulders. Allow them to drop. On your inhale, once more, lift or squeeze and holding it for a moment, noticing the tightening and how the movement feels. Exhale and let them release. Notice the difference between tension and release. Notice what your body feels like when it doesn't have to hold quite so tightly. Take a slow breath in and an even slower breath out. Each exhale clears space like opening the windows, the air sweeping in and out, clearing any dust that accumulates as you move through your days and the seasons of life. Let anything that is ready be released with your breath. Take another slow breath in. Exhale deeply, not forcing, but allowing a deep release of tension and stagnant energy. Let your jaw soften and tongue relax. Let your shoulders rest and your abdomen loosen, giving yourself permission to be supported right here. In this space you have created, bring your attention to something that is already working in your life. It doesn't have to be perfect or finished, just something that feels alive and well. Maybe it's a connection, a dream, new habit, healing process, or a growing confidence. Maybe it is simply your willingness to keep showing up. Whatever comes to mind, allow it to rest gently in your awareness, like you are holding it with care. See this experience you are holding now as a small ember, not something to force, just a living spark that needs careful tending. Each conscious exhale we take feeds this ember fresh oxygen, breathing life, support, and encouragement towards it, not pushing or forcing. You are simply feeding what already wants to grow. I invite you now not to change your breath, but just notice it. Follow it through its journey, nourishing the ember. Allow each inhale to nourish and each exhale to create room and clear clutter. Bring your awareness to the warmth of the ember, now a small but powerful flame. This is the same warmth the sunlight brings. Feel the gentle warmth of a summer morning sun kissing your skin. Notice where you feel it, across your face, shoulders, arms, or chest. Feel the warmth as it settles deeper inward until it is resting just above your navel, your solar plexus, the center of your confidence, direction, purpose, and action. This is your source of internal aligned action. See a warm, golden light gathering there, steady, strong, and supportive. A reminder that you already possess the ability to take the next step when it becomes clear. You don't need every answer or to know the entire path. This is a place where certainty often arrives, not as a thought, but as a feeling. a quiet knowing that says, "This is the way." Allow that warmth to expand with each breath, filling you with steadiness, trust, and a quiet momentum. From this space, basking in the glow of your flame, bring to mind the small moments that make up your life, not the milestones or major achievements, the ordinary moments, the first stretch of the day before you get out of bed, a small conversation with someone that left you feeling a little lighter, a deep breath before responding, or returning home after a long day. Notice how these moments feel in your body. Notice how life is happening right there in the small moments that are easy to rush past. Allow yourself to recognize that every small moment is a chance to begin again, a chance to choose, to return, and a chance to move one step deeper into the life you want, that you are creating moment by moment. Know that even the smallest steps carry you forward. I invite you now to widen your awareness. Bring to mind the people who have supported you, encouraged you, helped you feel seen, or someone whose kindness arrived exactly when you needed it. Maybe this was a friend, family member, a teacher, or mentor. Maybe it was yourself, that inner piece of you that has always been there, never wavering. When you think of this connection, where does it show up in your body? Is it a warmth, a softness, a flutter in the heart, or gratitude? Allow yourself to receive that feeling, to let it settle in your heart center. With your awareness expanded beyond yourself still, take a moment to acknowledge that every person we encounter is carrying their own story, their own hopes, struggles, joys, and a longing to be understood. Every person is trying to find their way. Take a moment to simply rest in that shared humanity, this recognition that we are far more connected than we tend to realize. What do you want to circulate into the world? Kindness, patience, presence, curiosity, or understanding? We don't have to perform perfectly. Just move intentionally. One interaction at a time, one moment at a time, one breath at a time. Allow yourself a moment of gratitude before we leave our internal landscape. Let it well up and fill your being. Gratitude for your body, for your breath, for the opportunity to begin again whenever you need. You won't need to carry every insight or word of this practice forward with you. Trust that what nourishes life continues growing even when you stop paying attention to it. The windows have been opened, fresh air is moving through, space has been created, and the light is finding its way in. Whatever is ready to grow can continue growing from here. Friend, as you are ready, begin to recall your awareness from a grand expanse to just the room you are in. Notice the sounds, the temperature of the air against your skin. Notice the points where your body makes contact with the support beneath you. and notice the steady rhythm of your breath. Just noticing that you are here, alive in this moment. Welcome little movements back into the body with little wiggles in the fingers and toes, elbows and knees, maybe a few turns of your neck and head if it feels comfortable. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, flutter your eyes open to return to this space with me. Welcome back, friend. How was this practice for you today? I would love to hear from you in the comments where this practice landed for you. Normally, this would be the part where I would encourage you to take to the journal. And I'm not knocking if you were going to, but maybe we let this practice just stay in the body, not to bring it into the mind's conversations and to overthink whatever came up for you, or to analyze it under a microscope. Just let it move around in the body in the space we have created today. Friend, thank you so much for allowing me to guide you in your practice today. And if you have any meditation requests, let me know. In the meantime, stay present, stay kind to yourself, and I will see you soon.